You have advantage. Second one hits. Which means you've also got sneak attack. Okay. And bonus action.
I will use to disengage. There are 2 grants.
Yes, there are.
There are 2 grants.
And they both have sandwiches.
Which means they're both not sharing with me.
I get 2 turns now, right?
No!
This is bullshit.
There's only one of you now.
I'm assuming that mast is there.
Yeah.
I'm going to take cover behind it.
Okay. Okay. And it is Grant's turn.
I'm swinging the son of a bitch again. Maybe we'll get something done.
That hits.
I'll take it.
Okay. You bring your warhammer crashing down on this thing's head, and it smashes its skull like a fucking watermelon.
Can my hammer reach the other one to attack again?
6. Nope. Can only move 6 spaces.
Does?
Yeah.
Can a hammer use dash?
No, because he has to use his bonus action to make it move, if I remember correctly. Or he has to command it to move. He can't actually. It doesn't take an action on its turn per se. So technically, no. If it was a character, it could dash, but it's not how it's classified.
Up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature within 5 feet of it. So it could technically cover 25 feet.
Which would be 5 squares.
Well, I'm going to take it halfway there then, and end my turn.
Okay. It is the last Manticore's turn. Seeing as how Matt's disengaged with it, it's going to take all 3 of its swings at Josh.
Fuck.
I love you, Josh.
And it manages to miss with all 3 of them.
Woohoo! Can I repost twice?
No, because it's your reaction and you only get 1 per round.
Damn, well, I'm gonna do it once just because fuck. Woohoo! That hits, right?
Yes, and then you roll an extra d8 in addition to the damage from it.
Okay. It made me miss.
My bad.
Woohoo! 1! So 8.
And we're on your turn now, Josh.
I'm gonna fucking attack it again. Woo!
That hits. Okay. How do you want to do it?
Oh fuck. Considering I just hit it with a reaction, can we just do like a whirlwind double slash?
Yeah.
That's it.
So, So basically, you deflect one of his claw strikes with your axe, and then use it to drive the head of your axe into his chest, its blades piercing into it. And as you pull it out, you just spin around and slash across the front of its face, kind of bisecting its head. And it just splats onto the ground face first.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boy.
Flanagan, who's been piloting the ship through all of this, because it's an airship and you have to kind of maintain control the whole time.
He was like right here the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. Watching the whole thing happen. Aye, thank you, lads. It's been a while since I've seen combat up here. Turning Irish again. God damn it. Every time. So essentially, 3 of the crew hands have been slain by these things. The guy who was on the ground getting eaten didn't recover from his wounds. Another few hours passed. Did you jump off the ship, Jared?
Nope, I went back inside.
Okay.
Can I, with the one that Josh has killed, can I collect, like, its tail spikes? What are ones that are left?
Sure. Make a survival check for me to see how many you get.
Yep.
You collect 19 tail spikes from it.
That's a lot of spikes for one tail.
They have 24.
Oh, shit.
Anyway. Basically the rest of the trip goes off pretty much without a hitch. Flanagan essentially throws the corpses overboard with their possessions wrapped up with them, essentially. It's the only really dignified way to dispose of a body at 40,000 feet in the air. And you guys arrive to... You push what, Corey?
Ryan.
Oh, okay, I see. That's fair. As you guys arrive at the city of Anchoret, it's kind of a dark, drab kind of atmosphere. Like, not just the actual city itself, but the weather, everything. It's clouded over. So you feel like it sees very little sunlight. The ship pulls up to a tower very similar to the one in Ithar. And the first thing you notice is the guardsmen who are standing at the top of the tower. You can't see anything beneath their helmets and masks. They're just standing completely alert at the ready. And something smells absolutely terrible.
Is there another sewer here?
Did Ryan's character fart?
Throwing farts.
Is there anything, like,
Flanagan,
special about the guards?
Remarkable. The only thing that seems strange about them is they aren't.
I know
I
nothing.
mean, yeah. You start to examine the guards, but then a butterfly flies by. It's just like, ooh, that's nice. And
That's a nice butterfly.
Flanagan gives you guys directions to... Go ahead.
What's the butterfly thinking?
It is officially a butterfruit. Anyway,
That's to heal. What do I add to that again? Con?
Flanagan
Oh, yeah.
gives you guys directions to an inn where he says you're not likely to be kidnapped and slaughtered in the middle of the night.
Wait, do we get a free heal after combat or something?
Short rest. If you take a 15-minute rest, although really, you guys had enough time to take a long rest if you wanted.
Than I want, because that gives me back my
Yep,
shit.
long rest.
I'm good with that because I have 8 hit points.
Is that full hit points back up?
Yeah, it's basically fresh start. Usually takes about 6 hours, and it was a 36-hour trip, and it was about halfway in when that thing attacked, so you would have had 10 hours, well, 20 hours before anything happened.
So we're
Anyway.
airship lag to hell.
Yeah, basically. You guys went to sleep after that fight, because it was in the middle of the night. And it's just... bleh. So, what's the game plan?
Reconnoiter the city and find out new information. I'm checking the sewers first.
Probably don't want to check the sewers here. Okay. Jared is stealthing. I'm not sure why. Are you just doing some
Yes.
sneaking around to try and gather information?
That I'm gonna stay separate from the group.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to blend in because my character is probably going to at least be able to blend in here.
It's a pretty shady place. So, Matt, you actually come to find out that sewers in this area tend to actually have a significant number of people in them, which is strange. Like, people go there for like underworld shady dealings, that kind of thing, kidnapping, racketeering, all that kind of shit.
So I'm assuming while I'm down there, some guy's like, "Eh, you want?" Like, no.
Yeah, pretty much that. You feel like that going underground is probably a good way to gather information if you want. Asking around at the tavern would also be an excellent choice.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of a kidnapper and get information that way. It doesn't even have to be useful. I just want to beat the shit out of a kidnapper. Like, just sit there and like torture him like he's tied to a chair. I'm like, you're gonna tell me what I want to know, and then slowly open my cloak and there's just a bat eating like a fruit. And he's like, "What are you gonna do with that?" You'll find out. Just slowly close the cloak.
Yes. So, what's everybody else doing?
Can I do research on liches?
You can, yes. There's actually a very extensive series of tomes in the library in this area about lichdom.
That's what I'm doing then.
Make an Arcana check for me. Very nice. So, over the course of reading several tomes, you find out that liches are undead. They're essentially powerful wizards who die, have things in place to come back to life after they're dead. Really unpleasant things to face. It's a near godhood kind of level of existence. Really, really bad news. You're glad that Thawne has found a way for you guys to get this item without having to actually fight a lich.
Me too.
Eldritch Blast to the chair. Anyway. You just...
I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a perfectly fine response.
It was. It worked. I'm gonna stay on the ship and talk to Flanagan, like have him give me a few lessons on flying this thing, maybe, or something like that.
Let's see, aren't we still in the middle of our trip?
Yeah, he just kind of
Or
wants
did I
you
miss
to,
something?
No, he just... Oh, no. You guys are at the city now.
Oh,
You did miss something at some point, apparently. Missed a lot of things, apparently.
Did I learn about any like secret passages or anything important, Sean, with that?
Are you just trying to, like, gather information in the sewers still?
Yeah, the guy I have tied to a chair.
You don't have a guy tied to a chair yet. If you want to pursue that course of action,
Yeah.
I will certainly allow you to do so. It just take me. I want to see what everybody's plan is before
Yeah,
we
you're good.
go through. So Ryan's taking flight lessons. Grant, what are you up to?
I went with Corey just to hang out with him.
So Corey's
While
sitting
he
here in the
read.
library poring over tomes, and Grant's character's still trying to figure out how to read these strange.
It's funny because you can't read.
No, I'm not going that far. But what are you doing in the library since you're there with him?
Muttering to him that he's taken for fuck ever.
Corey, response?
Can I Eldritch blast him in the balls?
You can try.
What?
You can certainly try.
I miss.
Your Eldritch Blast goes into the floor and sets it
Cheeky
basically
little
frothing
chump.
with a kind
I
of
like you.
green flame. This gaunt, pale-looking man.
What color
peers around
flame?
the corner. Green flame. This gaunt, pale-looking man peers around the corner, looks at you, and just goes shh, and then walks back away.
Shush yourself.
He didn't seem to hear that.
Get some sunlight, you bastard.
So Matt, we'll use that investigation check you did earlier to say that you managed to find a guy who seems to be trafficking human slaves, essentially, or sacrifices. Who knows in this fucking city, basically. He doesn't appear to see you. You're at kind of like a crossroads within the sewers. You gonna intimidate him? Is that what you're going for?
Try that first.
What do you say?
I kind of just draw my sickle, and I'm assuming I'm behind him, right?
You can come up behind him, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put it right across his throat and be like, you want to go for a walk?
Sure, we'll go for a walk.
Good. Just gonna drag him off to what's a seemingly less traveled part of the sewer.
Okay, what are you doing with the half dozen people who were basically, he was dragging along on a chain and carrying along through the sewers?
I'm gonna ask him for the key.
He hands it over to you.
Good. And just for good measure, I'm gonna break his thumb.
Make a strength check.
Boy, it'd be sad if you fail this one.
I know, right? Goes to break his thumb and he's just like, are we doing a thumb war right now? Is that what this is? Yeah, no, you snap his fucking thumb.
Yeah.
He's like, ah!
Roll a critical fail, and it's just like an awkward hand.
You part ways.
You
as
hold
friends.
his hand.
He feels uncomfortable.
I'm gonna turn to the slaves. Are they all ages? Old? Young?
They're kind of in a middle-aged kind of group. There's not really any uniformity. I couldn't say that word for some reason. There's no uniformity between them. They're kind of all different races, ages.
I toss the nearest one the key. It says, "You're free to do what you wish."
They start unshackling themselves. So, got a prisoner.
I was gonna ask him basically who runs the town, like organization-wise, not actual kingdom running the town.
He lets you know that there's essentially a kind of dark council of necromancers, essentially, who lord over the town. No one really knows what any of them look like. They just kind of enforce their will through their undead minions.
Are they how perceptive are they to new people coming into the town?
It's a fairly large city, so they don't usually notice unless somebody intentionally makes a ruckus or something like that.
Does he know of like hidden routes through the sewers that pop up in like major like sections of the town, like important areas of the town, like like the say like a park or something like that?
Basically, the sewers can get you anywhere in this town, is what he tells you. There's all sorts of passageways that can get you just about anywhere. He says all of this while crying over his broken thumb, I should add. I don't feel like crying right now, otherwise I'd act that out a little
Do
bit better.
it.
Go ahead. If you got any more questions, that's fine.
No, we're good. But I'm gonna ask him how likely it is he's gonna be quiet. If I let
Ask
go.
him what color underwear he's wearing, Matt.
I'm not doing that.
Good call.
Couldn't he-
Tell the soul, I swear.
Couldn't he just look at his underwear?
You're
He's
right,
right there
Corey.
with him.
I pull his pants down.
Do I think he's lying to me, Sean?
Be an insight check, not a perception check.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
You're fine.
Hey, Sean,
He doesn't appear to be lying to you, yes?
can you turn a light on and look a little less like a serial killer?
Nope. I sure can't. This is
I
all
like
I
him
got.
just the way he is. Don't you dare.
So I'm pretty sure he's not lying, right?
Yes.
Okay, I slit his throat.
Fair.
I'm good. I'm gonna
Okay.
roll back out and try and find these guys. Probably Corey and Grant, since they're grouped up.
Knowing what you've observed about Corey in the 2 weeks you guys have spent together, you assess that he'll be at the biggest library possible.
Just kind of walk up.
Jared. Okay.
Is there
Three of you guys are.
is there anywhere around that looks like a merchant's district or the noble district?
There is a merchant's district, certainly. They have kind of a big marketplace, selling all kinds of stuff, food, slaves, pretty much anything you can think anybody ever putting a price tag on is there.
Are there any rich-looking people around?
There aren't. It's difficult to say. There are lots of robed people walking around, but there aren't necessarily, not from what you usually perceive as a nobleman. Like, not your typical schema of what a rich person looks like, as far as you can tell.
Does anyone have bodyguards following them of the
Oh,
sort like
Several of them have
someone that-
bodyguards, both living and dead.
Does anyone around here look as though they belong to a guild?
Not really. You get the feeling that this is not exactly the kind of economy where people craft very much. For the most part, they all look like they steal or come by things through other means.
Are there any shops carrying antiquities, as it were?
Like pottery, jewelry, what kind of antiquities are you looking for? Or just like a curio type shop?
Basically curio type shop.
There's a shop that you find in the merchant district that's got like vases, rugs, all the types of stuff that you would have if you were setting up a manor. Or like decorating. Also, there's like little trinkets and jewelry and that kind of thing throughout it.
Is there a noticeable shopkeeper?
Walks up to you and goes, "Why, hello, sir. What would you be interested in on this day?"
Just looking around. Does there happen to be any, say, art exhibits or something of the sort in this town?
I'm sorry, sir. Unfortunately, we find ourselves not particularly cultured on this part of the world. We don't really do museums or things like that. The people here aren't exactly interested in it for the most part.
Maybe anything of the darker sort.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Black people. I was getting ready to make that
Not,
joke, but I wasn't going to.
Can I roll a persuasion check to see if I can't? Well,
What are you looking for? And I can probably help you figure out a way to.
basically what I'm trying to do is see if he can't point me towards a place that might have the Lich's Bone. Without
Okay.
actually asking him, hey, where the hell's the Lich Bone at?
Okay. You get the feeling that this probably isn't the type of guy who would know that, because it's essentially like a secret religious sect that has this article. You'd probably want something more along the lines of, like, a member of the aristocracy, or some of the people in the sewers, or something along those lines. Like, somebody who would probably do with dealings with that type of thing. Or a slaver would also know.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for something that in the market, but
And what were you doing again, Josh? I don't recall. We had discussed
I
that.
was just walking around the city,
Oh, okay.
seeing if I find anything interesting.
Okay. I think we're going to end the session here for the evening. We shall pick it up again next week.
Do I know how to fly the airship now? Should I roll something?
Not currently, but basically you guys kind of get together as the day ends, and Flanagan with you, and you go to the tavern that he suggested to rest up, basically. Begin the search again on the morrow.
I'm gonna tell everyone town's run by necromancers, and the sewer is awesome. And apparently Manny loves you all.
Aww.
I love you too, Manny.
Speak. Come on. Speak, boy. Woof woof.
You guys just see a fist come flying through Matt's screen and punch him across the face.